Hey guys, today we are putting these into these. So this is Luminary Opalescence Phlox. We got a huge shipment from Walter's Gardens, and it's 1 out of 3 total ones that we're getting in the next couple weeks. So we're starting to pot up a lot of our perennials. And check out, it's getting a little dirty, my RAD-ISH shirt. By the way, shameless plug, we have it on our website, setapartfarmandgardenshipnow.com. So if you're looking for a fun shirt, get you one. I'll put it in the link below. But here we got these bare roots that to me smell like dirt, and I just love it. It smells, and I'm all messy, I'm full of dirt, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And we're taking them and potting them up into gallon pots. These are the true premium gallon. But Luminary Opalescence Phlox, look at those beautiful blooms. We got some phlox, we got some quart-sized, right here, let me show you, the Firefly Peach Sky Yarrow. So these are for our shipping. We'll be shipping the quart size. We're not shipping this year any gallons. And then also we have for our local people, we have the yarrow as well in gallons. And then also we got the Storm Cloud Amsonia that we have been potting up. And we're just going down the download bar. We are in the greenhouse right now, so you can see right now it's pretty empty because we are beginning to get a lot of the things to be ready for people, and then we'll be shipping a little later as well. So again, this is what a bare root looks like. If you're not familiar with a bare root, this is how plants come to us from Walter's Gardens. And there's other vendors and other different companies that also ship in bare roots. I know bare roots are popular when it comes to buying strawberries. So if you've ever purchased strawberries bare root, that's a very popular way of getting them. We have just a ton of other plants. I can show you the tags in a little bit, but I thought this video would be fun for you guys to see a little bit of the process of just kind of how we get it going. We're not a huge nursery in regards to we have a ton of production and a ton of fancy equipment or anything like that, but I think that it's kind of fun to, to start any way you can with the resources that you have. We do have a caterpillar tunnel, or technically Gothic tunnel, by Farmer's Friend, and we use that. We found it to be for commercial purpose the most economical way to go. We love it. It's absolutely great. Here in South Carolina, the weather is amazing to be able to use those here to grow. And essentially, I just have a cart here full of soil that I am filling up a quarter way, halfway. Depends on the size of the bare roots. Like right here, right now, I'm planting the phlox. These are pretty large, but nowhere near what the yarrow bare roots would look like. Those were just, I mean, they're massive. Or the Storm Cloud Amsonia, they have really big bare roots. And others have just smaller bare roots, depending on the plant. But right here, essentially, we're filling up halfway or so with soil. And then you always want to pay attention to where the leaf nodes or where the growth points are. So right here, you can already see some leaves, if you will, for the phlox. They're starting. And we want to make sure that we get the bare root plants in the ground first, or in the pots first, because they have the quicker expiration compared to plants that come to us in plug trays. So I'm going to fill this up right here with soil. I got it about halfway full. And then I just go ahead and fill up the rest right here with soil. All right, so just like that, I'm going to top dress this. Just a little more there. I do leave the plant, make sure it's in the center. I make sure to not cover the crown. Sometimes it can rot if there's too much water in the crown. And that's pretty much it. Then we tag it.
And fertilizer water.
And then we do like to fertilize ours. And then we, in our watering system, we also do fertilize them. And we try to keep the temperatures, depending on the plants, but we try to keep everything warm enough so that they're growing, but not too warm so that they're cooking, and not too cool so that, you can hold a plant and you can stunt its growth or stop its growth. If you hear Bear, he's barking his brains out. But if you keep them too cool, then the plants will essentially, it won't hurt them, they'll just stop growing. So if you're trying to hold a plant, you can actually use the cool system. So we can lift the greenhouse, open the doors up, let a little more cool air in, or close it up, leave it more closed, so on and so forth. So it's a little bit of playing around with that, making sure that, we know the temperature and we keep it within the ranges of everything so that they grow pretty well. So we don't have a ton planted up so far. We just got started, but here you can see just a little bit. We got some quartz right here, and then we're starting with the next row of the next variety. So you can see here we got the yarrow, and then we got a line of quartz. These are going to be the ones for shipping. We will be getting more loads little by little. So again, this is not all of the that we're carrying for shipping, but as they come to us, we're going to pot them up, and then eventually we'll probably keep organizing them. But as you can see here, we got a whole line going down the whole way, and then some seed starting happening here. We're trying to get stuff going. This is some of our personal things that we've left in the greenhouse to overwinter, just that we're wanting to hold, and then once the weather's nice enough, we'll leave it out. But this is essentially the status of the greenhouse right now. It's looking more production-y right now. Once we get all the plants in, I just love looking at it because it just looks full and lush. We will be putting a row in the middle here of pallets as well. So we'll have a third row right here, but we're not doing that yet until we just fill up the borders or the edges. That way it's easier to work inside the greenhouse. And then in the last video, we showed you all these boxes right here, which is exactly where all of the plants are. So we're going to take out any plug trays and leave them in the greenhouse so that we make sure they get watered on the sprinkler system. And then all the bare root things, we're going to make sure we get potted up right away. Hi, Bear. So this is the soil that we use for perennials. It is by Jolly Gardener. So they're opening up that bag of soil, which we call gutting the whale. It is wet, so it is heavy. Ooh. This is the CF5 blend by Jolly Gardener, Jolly Ranger. It's a happy guy. Jolly Gardener. So this mix contains, it does have peat. It also has what they call hydrofiber, which is like a bark that is processed in a way that turns it into similar to a peat moss, because they're trying to reduce the use of peat moss because it's becoming more inexpensive or expensive. And perlite and vermiculite. And the difference between this perennial mix is that it has more aged pine bark fines, larger and coarser chunks that you can see right here. It allows for drainage and for those big roots to establish, as opposed to like a seed starting mix. Look at that guy sticking up. This is what you're buying, folks. What a deal. No, this is actually a great root system. So we're just going to work on getting all these potted up. All of those, I should say, potted up, and this greenhouse should be looking good. It is now a different day in the future. We finished potting up pretty much all those perennials that we had that day, if not like 3/4 of them. Anyway, it is a day in the future, so I don't recall, but stay tuned for the next videos because we have a video of us potting up all of our annuals, Proven Winners annuals. As you can see, I put some sneak peeks throughout this video, and then we'll do some tours and other things so that you can see the plants that we plant, as well as progress updates so you can see how beautiful they turn out. It's crazy to think you just plant this bare root that looks like this dead, I don't know, it just doesn't look like anything, and then it turns into this beautiful plant. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.